Let the people know I am on and we are live. Go to YouTube. Let people know. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ayana. I'm entering the chat, just waiting on the chat club to get here so we can just go down this DNA rabbit hole a little bit further. We're going to dive a little deeper in some things that I have seen and discovered. Again, I'm giving a big shout out to Ursula, Janet, Keon, particularly Ursula, because she pointed out some dates that left us kind of questioning some things. And yeah, so we are gonna take a look at some of this tonight. So I'm just waiting for some of the chat clubbers to come on here who I know said they would be here. And I'm also sharing the live link out to some places here on my trusty cell phone. So we just gonna chill for a minute and let people make their way in here. When you come in, say hello. Say where you're watching from. Welcome to the chat club where we're gonna break down this DNA a little bit further. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna giggle. We're gonna cut up a little bit. I think my moderator Looney is gonna be on here in just a minute. And I am looking for moderators. So if you are already a subscriber, aka a member of Chat Club, and you're interested in being a moderator, you can email me at Ayana enters the chat at gmail.com. Ayana enters the chat at gmail.com. I'm going to put this in. I'm still getting my bearings around some of my tools that I'm using for live streaming and so forth. But definitely come in, say hello. We are about to get this thing started. I pulled up some things. I've checked some additional things out on this little DNA report. Now, some stuff I know they're gonna do just because they gotta kind of hide some stuff. Then some things were right in our face, but we may have missed it. And I'm not just talking about dates, okay? So I've got some screens here I'm gonna be sharing with you. Y'all are in there. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you so much, Looney. What's going on? Thank you all for coming through. So I don't want to waste y'all's time. I want to go ahead and get in here and get this going. Thank you again if you're brand new here. I would love I hold on, look, I would love to have you as a member of Chat Club. And you're welcome to get down there in the comments, comment, be respectful. But we're gonna have fun in the comments. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna cut up, and we're gonna put some puzzle pieces together to see if we can make sense to this. Because honestly, y'all, it doesn't make sense to me why they would play with us the way they have played with us, right? Oh, you good? I'm gonna go check on those other couple of Beth and Larry skits. I see there's one with Larry and Shara, and Bethany almost catches them talking about D'Angelo's passing. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. And my heart goes out to his son because now he's lost both his mother and his father. All right, and cancer sucks. Let me just say that. Okay, so let's get into this because my eyes are starting to get heavy. Okay. I knew it was gonna get sneaky. I knew it was gonna get sneaky. Okay, so what we're gonna start with tonight are the DNA test results. We're gonna do a quick little rehash, and then we're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Now, there was something that I could not find. I'm trying to. There was an episode of Country Wine. If you all find it, put it in the chat for me. But Country Wayne and those had a skit. It was right after Anthony found out Shayla was pregnant, and he knew it was, he suspected it was his baby, and she was supposed to go to the clinic. But when she comes out the clinic, she tells Anthony she couldn't do it. I was trying to find that skit because one of the things I'm looking at too is the timing for some of this stuff. Because the timing is off. That could be an error of the writers. Maybe they had people writing, a year and a half ago, and now they don't, some people shifted to maybe other storylines or what have you. I could not find. I don't know how they worded it, but I couldn't find it skit. And I wasn't doing reactions then, but I did find some juicy stuff. Okay, so they moved her pregnancy very fast, very fast. And I know that on the Country Wayne skits, like for example, the trip to New Orleans for like Brooke and Bethany and Larry, they were supposed to leave on a Wednesday, but the trip started, I want to say like a Sunday, so it wasn't a Wednesday when they went on the trip. I don't know, but I know it started a day or two early, and they were only supposed to go like Wednesday through, I want to say Wednesday through Sunday or Saturday or something like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're on the Anthony and DNA. So going back to this skit, I'm gonna click through certain parts of it, and I apologize. I didn't do all my little numbers and stuff. Like I say, I'm getting used to this particular live. So let me blow this screen up a little bit for us. Can y'all see it? Everything good? Okay. So this is the skit where Anthony gets the DNA test results. This is the second DNA test result, right? So as we're going through, notice something. Things are all when Amber gets hit with some BS, when she gets hit with that bull, okay, she's usually very happy. And I'm not gonna play
Babe,
the whole
the manager just sent me the numbers at the club, honey.
right here. She's talking about the club. She's looking all fly and beautiful like she normally does. She's got this huge smile on her face, and she's at peace. Notice almost every time Amber is destroyed in her heart and her spirit, she starts out being at peace. Okay. Anthony's on his phone, and I think Anthony was expecting this. Now that I look
Because
at
he
it,
for sure don't
it's
be
like
at the
he's
club.
expecting this
You
from
need
me.
to be.
And I have a theory.
Babe, what is it?
That's what I'm saying. Anytime
Okay,
she's
is he
happy,
all
she
right?
comes full. Every time. I'm so excited. You got my email. Thank you so much for
Okay,
being
so
here. I'm so welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so excited to see you. Thank you so much. And I hope your wife is watching with you because I would love for her to send me an email. Girl, tell me tell me I'm off or I'm on. But some of this is gonna be about how women think. Amber one, Anthony doesn't appreciate when someone tries to tell him how to handle his business. Okay. He was offended when Amber went and scheduled that DNA test. He was offended when Amber implied, well, no, she didn't imply. She straight up said that Kai may not be his. She never told him that Amanda, her sister, said it. Chase has never told Anthony that him and Candace suspected that Kai may not be his, okay? Because I think his little conversation with Chase that he had the other day about Wayne might not have even happened if Anthony knew Chase and Candace was feeling that too, okay? So I go through and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna get now over here to 151, where we see these DNA test results. Right about there it is, 148. So we went through this today. And Dante, this is why I wanted you on here, because when I did my reaction today, oh, I was on fire. I went and did me some shorts. I did me about a 7-part series of shorts off of that video I did. I was like, oh, I knew that was gonna pull some. I knew that was gonna be about that bull. You know, I was like all over it, right? Then one of my chat club members posted a thing and said a comment and was like, you know, hey chat club, y'all need to check out these dates because something is afoot. I said, wait a minute now. I tend to do a lot of research. I'm into DNA because I'm into genealogy. And what I discovered is she was right. We were just so, I guess, impressed or in awe of the fact that they scrolled those DNA test results that we just accepted it. Many of us just went along with it. And I was one because I was like, oh, I was loud and wrong about not being Anthony's baby. He done used his own child because I heard somewhere that Anthony had a new baby. This was some time ago. I'm the Anthony Dalton, the actor. But I haven't found anywhere online that Anthony Dalton, the actor, his wife has had another child. If y'all know where it is, y'all let me know because I went digging and I didn't find it. What I did find, and I have to go in my email and pull it up, but I found a People article. Matter of fact, I think I got it on my phone. Because in my reaction today, what I said was they done got us. He done literally did a DNA test. Look at this, y'all. I was like, he did a DNA test of his own child so they can shut us up. So now they want us to shut up about this child not being this man's child. I was also, and I think Looney, it was you that corrected me about the images because I thought Anthony's image in the anniversary celebration skit, those baby pictures, I thought Anthony's baby picture had red hair. Looney corrected me on that. It did not have red hair. Okay. I know we all on this ride together, and it's such a wonderful ride. It's such an entertaining ride. And I love the fact that Country Wayne lets us get on his Country Wayne skit bus in Skitlanta. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm doing my little dance, I find this article on People from 2024. And matter of fact, I think the article is August 2024. And I'll post the link here in the comments after this live because I didn't post it here. Anthony Dalton has one son. Can y'all? I don't know if y'all can see. Y'all see that article right there? He has one son. His name is Trip. Trip looks like he may be all of about 3 or 4 years old. That's the child that Anthony Dalton has. That's the People article from I want to say October of 2024. He only has one child. It's 3 of them. Him, his wife, and his kid. That's it. So wherever the idea of that Anthony Dalton the actor, had another child, if he does, y'all need to let me know. So that baby that's playing Kai is not his baby, as far as I can tell. If you know something different, let me know. The other thing I did, okay, so we know that Kai's swap date, according to this document right here, if you scroll in, and I can't make it any larger so y'all can see, but if you go back and you go on your phone and you scroll, the date on there is September 4th. Okay, for Kai's swab. For Anthony's swab, which is right beside it, it says September 9th. Now, how we watched the skit together where they did the second DNA test. So how is it that they have two different dates and the dates are 5 days apart? Keep that in mind. 5 days apart. Okay? I'm gonna go in just a little piece further and do another reminder. Is a reason I've learned that in the Country Wayne Skitterverse, the Country Wayne Skit Universe, Skitterverse, that nothing is done and shown to us without reason. There are clues, which is why we all be in these in our little rehashes and stuff, trying to put stuff together. Okay? Something on here was so in our face, we still missed it. I missed it until I did a little typing. Okay. Dante, you must be praying for me because I feel God's presence. Are you praying? You and your wife praying for me? Because I feel it, and I don't know. I'm talking about that God really pleased with right now. Anyway, so I go in and I look. Thanks to Ursula, it made me look a little deeper at some more dates. Down here at the bottom, y'all look at the certification dates. On the certification date, Marvin Booley, okay, certified the results on September the 8th. Well, how was he certifying? This person is signing saying that this person over here showing the results, presenting the results on September 8th. Well, Swab says September 4th. Anthony Swab says September 9th, which we know that's off. But if Anthony Swab truly is September 9th, then is this person saying that this person gave them the results to certify on September 8th? Okay? Let's go another step further with these here dates because we still didn't look deep enough. Because if we look at this date over here, scroll in, look at the date. It's that this individual right here, the director, certified their results on August the 9th. Now, last I checked, August came before September. So how is it a whole month before the daddy gave his swab, which we know that date is already wrong because those dates, Kai's date and Anthony's date should match. But let's say, okay, sometimes people make mistakes. Maybe somebody read what was written down as being the 4th and it was the 9th, or 9th and it looked like the 4th. Okay, y'all with me so far, right? Okay. But you got a whole month. This is a whole month before the last date that's mentioned up here, which is September 9th. The math ain't mathing, y'all. This is supposed to be a legally binding document. So, okay, let me start looking into some of these people that's listed on here and the company. Okay, hopefully this is going to show you the company. Y'all let me know if y'all can see. Can y'all see it? No, it's still on there. Let me change my screen. I'm going to remove this. And I don't want to turn y'all off when I do this. I'm going to share another screen. Here we go. So this is the DNA lab. And y'all look, same logo, Pro DNA Lab, Fraternity Pro DNA Services. And Richmond County is also on the sample that they posted on the Country Wayne skit, guys. Okay. I don't know why. Hey, Ursula, I'm so glad you're here. You're here for the good part. All right. So it's fake. So there was no need to change any numbers. Everything could have been the same, and they just slapped Anthony's name on there, and Because we wouldn't have been the wiser. They could even grade some stuff out, but that was going to make us suspicious because they really couldn't grade anything out. So this is Pro DNA Lab. It is a real company in Augusta, Georgia. Okay, product placement, advertisement. But let me tell y'all something. If I was Pro DNA Lab, I would not want my company associated with a skit that has all these messed up dates on it. That's my point. Are they really willing to risk their company's reputation? Okay. Now, I want y'all to do something for me. Everybody, if you're not on your cell phone or if you have a laptop or another device, go on TikTok and look up Marvin Booley or Google him. Because I Googled him. And what I found about Marvin Booley is that Marvin Booley, his TikTok page is a little weird. It doesn't show up. He also has a TikTok page for Pro DNA Lab, y'all. And I looked at the picture of the gentleman, and that's the same guy that came and did the DNA test. Shayla asked in that skit where they did the DNA test, who is this you bringing up in my house? How do I know this person? Okay? Let y'all think about it. Because we're going to go to another skit where somebody who you wouldn't have expected to pick a trashy lab picked the trashy lab. And I think y'all know where I'm going. I'm going to say this out loud. I think Anthony used the opportunity. I think him and Angelina, well, let me back up. I think Anthony used the opportunity to make Amber look like a fool again. Because, see, if anything is wrong with these tests, if anything has been manipulated on these tests, who would it come back on? Amber. Because there's a skit where Amber took it upon herself because Anthony wasn't moving fast enough to pick this lab. Okay? Because the DNA test is supposed to be the next day. All right, let's keep on going. So when you scroll down, you see what they offer. Paternity test, maternity test. They even do tests, y'all, to see if the mama is the mama. Ain't that something? Sibling DNA test, grandparent DNA test, immigration DNA test, avuncular. I don't even know what avuncular means. But one of the things I did was come up here and I clicked on their services. Look at these services, y'all. The DNA test we offer: legal paternity test, peace of mind paternity test, which is informational only, non-legal. Standard trio paternity test. That's when you got the mama, the daddy, and the baby. Non-invasive prenatal paternity test. Okay. They have the informational version as well. Siblings, legal and informational. The informational is always non-legal. Y'all see where I'm going with this? What kind of DNA test was it? Okay. How reputable? Now, I think this legit is a reputable company, and they use this company in the skit just for advertising. But again, I don't think it was a smart move. The way Country Wayne watchers and reactors go through this, I don't think it was a smart move for them to do that. Okay. So here we go. And you can read up more on that. They got the people with their whatchamacallits and all that on there. Even the phone number matches. The emails match. Lumpkin Row, Augusta, Georgia. That matches for the address. Augusta is Richmond County. They're like, why do you do that in Richmond County? Because it's DNA testing lab all in Fulton County. You can go on the corner and find somebody to do DNA test. I don't think the answer was accurate. I'm getting ready to show you why I still don't think it was accurate. Okay, let's go back to the skit. So we're going to remove this one. And we're going to add another. Let's go to let's go back to when Anthony gets the DNA test results. Okay. It won't let me share one screen at a time, so that's why I'm having to click away. So I do apologize for that. If you look right here, so remember I told y'all I searched on Marvin Booley and I found that little shady looking character online, but he is the guy from the skit. Then I thought, well, let me go look up because I don't been on LinkedIn looking for the people. It's got to be informational, Ursula. It's got to be informational. There's no way that this would even pass as a legal document. Anybody could take this to an attorney and the attorney be like, we need a court order for a legit court-ordered DNA test by a legit, reputable third party. The only thing I didn't get to do was go to the Better Business Bureau and research this company on the BBB because that was going to be my next step, but I ran out of time. But I went to okay, so we got Gene Poole, GenePolle, Poole, and I went to type it in to Google. And when I went, okay, Looney got it. She got it, y'all. She got it. Gene Poole. I went and I was told, I'm so deep in my little research. I'm going to find something. And then I typed it in. Gene Poole. That's another clue. Is there a real person named Gene Poole? Yeah, there's a Eugene Poole. But this is a DNA test, and we've been talking about the child's hair not looking like Anthony's. Coca has said in a previous skit that they didn't have no redhead people in their family. And when I started typing, and I typed Gene, and then I typed Pol, I said, oh my God. They done hit us again. They done hit us again, y'all. So then that made me go, and I'm getting ready to share something with you. I went and looked up since that's a clue. Let me go. There's only been one red-haired man in the skit, and people have already been suspecting that is this child's father. They just haven't made the connection yet, and that's Zeus. We all know that Zeus is still somewhere in Skitlanta, and he's connected to Raquel and Raquel's brother, that D. And y'all want y'all to think about something. They've slowly pulled Tamara into Shayla's orbit. And we are curious as to why. Okay, we know she met her at church. Okay, then there was nothing. She seemed to have more, Tamara seemed to have more in common with Amber, right? Exactly. But we don't know when are they gonna bring Zeus back into the thing. Zeus is light skin, high yellow, as we like to call it down in the South. He's a ginger, if ever a ginger was. He got the freckles to go. Now that baby starts getting older and starts developing freckles. And something else too. Y'all know I talked about it earlier on my skit about how black babies come in. They can come in light and get real dark. They can come in dark and then lighten up when they color come in. They can even come in without freckles and have freckles later on. He was back for a second and went missing again. That's it, Looney. That's the only redhead dude I've seen in the skit. With the exception of maybe the only other redheads in these skits have been Rafi's mama, not Rafi's mama, Rafi's baby mama and his son. They have that light sandy reddish brown hair. Y'all seen anybody else? I can't recall seeing anybody else. I don't know what Shayla's true hair color is. Because the whole time I was knowing her, she had that black hair until she decided to go lighten her hair up so she can look a little bit more like Amber. Okay? So now I'm going to share this other screen with you. let's talk about gene pools and all that other good stuff. I told y'all I went down the rabbit hole, didn't I? Yeah, Kevin Dalen's friend, but Kevin was, well, no, back up. You might be on to something, Ursula, because Kevin supposedly had, when they introduced that character, he supposedly had been in Atlanta. And his mom is half white. No, his mom was white, so he's a mixed race heritage, and his mama's hair is red, which is I'm getting ready to show you another screen. Now, Ursula, since you've done that, you have tied in this next thing. Dante, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but if you think it's too far fetched and I'm reaching, I'm open to it, brother. You can let me know. But right now, I feel like I'm on to something. So I'm going to stop this screen and share this next screen I got active on here. I went down the Google AI rabbit hole. And I want y'all to see where I went. I want to know about African American babies with red hair. Y'all, when I tell y'all I went deep, I went deep. I wasn't playing with it. Because, and the reason I went so deep is because they made a point of Coca saying, and y'all know, in black families, them older people gonna look at them baby like, I don't know where that baby come from, cause we ain't got nobody in our family look like that. I don't know where that baby come from. We ain't got nobody in our family act like that. That must be that other side. Okay. She would have been flaunting him if it was a one night stand. Kevin messing with Brittany. Kevin, Dalen was looking at Keisha, but Kevin tested out Noel. He was the first one to know that Noel wasn't no man. Reaching? I don't think so. This says that African American babies can have red hair due to several factors, including a recessive gene inherited from ancestors with European ancestry. This is why Ursula is on to something. Because Kevin's mama is Caucasian, i.e., European ancestry. Kevin's mama has strawberry blonde hair. Really, I believe she's a redhead. It also says, or specific genetic conditions like rufous albinism, which is a type of albinism. I'm sorry, I don't know why I say albinism. Albinism, which is a type of albinism that is the result of red hair and skin. It is also possible for parents with dark hair to have a red-headed child if they both carry the recessive gene for red hair. Meaning, Anthony would have to have the recessive gene for red hair, and Shayla would have to have the recessive gene for red hair. I'm gonna keep going. So we know it's two men in this skit that's got a recessive gene for red hair. Let's go. Causes of red hair in African American babies. Dig a little deeper. Red hair is primarily caused by a recessive gene, MC1R gene, that is more common in European populations. A baby can inherit the gene from a parent who has a history of European ancestry, even if that trait is not visible in the parents. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, Anthony, Anthony on that like skin side. So he could have, and the truth of the matter is all of us, black folks in the United States of these Americas, could have a recessive redhead gene. If you think about it, and if you think about how we got all mixed up when those of us that were ancestral came over here, or even when those of us that were indigenous, our ancestors that were indigenous to this land, that could have happened too. I try to tell y'all, I love genealogy research. And one of the things I be wanting to find is pictures of some of my ancestors because I want to know who else I look like. I want to find the Indian that was in the family because it really was an Indian. I took the ancestry DNA test. I'm all in that genealogy. So I'm gonna pull genealogy into Ayana enters the chat. Best believe I may go ahead and do that now since I'm already in it now with this storyline. Okay. Albinism is a rare form of Rufus albinism or albinism is a rare form of albinism that can occur in people of African descent and results in red hair and reddish skin. Who do we know have red hair and reddish skin in this skit? Even more so than Kevin. Zeus. Zeus's freckles have a reddish brown tint to them. Gene expression. Just because a person is African American does not mean they will not have a European trait like red hair. A phenotype, phenotype is how a person looks, does not always reflect their full genotype, their genetic makeup. Ursula says, I saw where someone mentioned in one of the chats something about 7.5 months pregnant. Was that when she had the baby? If you calculated when she slept with Anthony, or was she already pregnant? My theory is that Shayla was already pregnant when she slept with Anthony. And I say that because I feel like that move that Shayla pulled on him that night when he was drunk, it was very bold for her to go lay up with Amber's husband in her house when she wasn't there. Amber could have come home. I don't think Shayla meant to spend the night. I think she meant to have the sex, but not spend the night. She fell asleep. She got comfortable because she wanted what she had. Well, Ursula, you know you've been down in there, girl. So, but I do believe because it was a year ago that she took the DNA test. She took the pregnancy test. 2 years ago, she took a pregnancy test because she thought she was pregnant for Arby. Then a year ago is when she took this whole thing started and she took the pregnancy test. Okay, let's get back to it. Gene expression. Just because I said that about gene expression, right? Mixed heritage. A child of mixed heritage with one black parent and one red-haired parent can also have red hair. But does Shayla have red hair? I haven't seen any evidence that she was a natural redhead. Okay. Hair color can change over time. Babies sometimes born with lighter hair that darkens as they get older, so a baby's initial hair color may not be permanent, which I said that, right? Genetics play a crucial role in determining a baby's hair color, and it can be influenced by genes from both parents. Now let's talk about Anthony's little history here. Anthony was with Ro, and he lost Ro because of Chantal. I think that was her name. She said that baby was his, and it wasn't. But Ro got tired of being made a fool of. Anthony was letting that girl ride in the car and throwing Ro in the back seat. And Ursula, I don't know if you were there for that part, but go back and catch some of the old skits with Ro and Anthony when they were dating. And Ro said she wanted to be free. Ro wasn't trying to be tied down by no baby, so she ended up breaking up with Anthony anyway. That's the Ro is Anthony's one that got away, not Piari, not Shayla. Ro is the one he wanted to be with. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. They had Ro out here in these skits. Look, y'all think Amber look crazy now. Ro was looking straight crazy. Okay, so I went down that little lane for a minute. Okay, so I said, oh, so the gene pool, and then it talks about freckles. No freckles? Yes, freckles. Okay, so I went down all of this. It even talks about skin. And if you Google gene pool, it talks about human skin pigmentation and all of that. It talks about how some blood types and how all that goes. So all that complicated stuff. Y'all still with me? So I'm back. Said all this to say I'm back to the point where Kai, I don't believe Kai is Anthony Dalton's the actor's real child, because the only thing I've seen published about him having a child is this child that he has named Trip, as shown in People's Magazine. I posted in the community. Okay. There was something else I wanted to show. We're gonna go back to the skits now. I think I just accidentally closed one. So let me go back out of this. Ro was in the backseat for a random exotic dancer, fake baby mama. And speaking of that exotic dancer, fake baby mama, a few months back, they just had this skit just out of nowhere. We hadn't seen Chantal in months. Hey, Yvette, hadn't seen her in months. And then all of a sudden, you see this random skit with her in the grocery store with her friend. I want to say, I think there might have been two skits for her because I don't know if she ran up on Ashley. It may have been she ran up on Ashley. That's it, Looney. She ran up on Ashley and she was talking about Anthony Dalton. Because both, remember, Ashley and Chantal both worked at Bar 44. And she was saying that she was wrong for putting that baby on Anthony. But she said she really wished that Anthony Dalton was her baby daddy. It was so random. You ain't seen her since. Unless y'all seen her, because I ain't seen no skits with her since. It was almost like they dropped it. Like they just kind of been dropping hints. Some of them we've been catching, some of them we've been missing. Okay? Let me go back. There's a skit where Anthony plays Shayla, which made me wonder, does he even want Shayla at all? Or has all this just been a game? Because if y'all remember, Anthony didn't initially want Kai. Y'all remember that? He was still all about trying to be faithful to his wife, get Shayla off of him, and be done with her. Then he found out. That's how she knows this place. Then he found out about Mount Wayne, and that gave him credence to just kind of keep doing what he was doing. And then, because he tried to break it off with Shayla, there's this skit, and I'm not gonna play it. When Anthony tells Shayla what they should do about the baby, he plays her like butter in this skit. She starts out mad. Then he tells her how that's when he's asked her to be his peace. Which he was asking her to keep the baby. Since she didn't get rid of it, then she needs to be peaceful about it and don't tell nobody. Because there's a skit after this one where Shayla tells Anthony she will keep baby Kai's secret. And they decide to put that baby on Arby. So y'all can go check that skit out. And listen to how he smooth talks. He's a snake. He's been a snake this entire time. We just missed it. And Ro dodged the bullet. Okay? So now let's go to when Amber. Wait a minute. I think there was one I want to do before this one. Let me skip it. Going on that one. I'm going to pause that. That's for another review. Okay. So let's get to this one. I want you to watch Anthony's reaction to this. We're going to play a little snippet of it. Okay. When Amber tells Anthony they should choose the paternity test specialist. Let's check out a little bit of this. I already got it forwarded to where I want.
I just did it, actually.
Don't you think that we should have talked about it so we could agree on one? Do you even know anything about this company?
Well, let's see. They have 4.8 stars, so good reviews. Been in business for quite some time now. They're available tomorrow. They're gonna pull up, and I don't think it's anything else that we need to know.
All right, babe, but Shayla just agreed to letting us do this. I mean, don't you think we should all agree on it?
Yeah, no. See, that's why we're here in the first place,
Listen to what he said.
because she took one without our knowledge. So we gave her the courtesy to let her know that we're going to do this. She's agreed, and I've booked the specialist. What's the problem?
He didn't like that. Sometimes we as women need to learn to fall back and give a man time and give him just enough rope, enough rope to hang himself. He was gonna hang himself, but she keeps beating him to the punch. She was being fast and reckless because what Amber has set herself up for, she's the one that picked that DNA lab. So if that test is wrong, they can come back and say, Anthony can come back to Amber and say, well, you picked them. You said they were reputable. So are you the one that messed up the results? Are you the one that got me out here looking like this, my baby? Transference of guilt, gaslighting, scapegoating. All of these are not things narcissists do. And she fell for a hook, line, and sinker because she got so eager for that not to be this man's child. And the thing is, all of us are eager for this not to be Anthony's child. I still don't believe it's his child, but I think he worked it. This is what I believe. We're going to go to another screen. I'm going to show you. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Sorry. StreamYard don't want to let me be great with my multiple screen sharing tonight. So prior to this going down, Shayla tells Angelina about Anthony wanting another DNA test. Shayla's worried because there's another skit where Shayla asked Angelina, did she think a DNA test could be wrong? And sure, they can be wrong, but most of the time they're not. Here we go, right about there. The mosquito in my house.
I'm at peace. I'm happy for once.
Watch
What do you
Angelina.
mean you want another DNA test? And he said, well, you know.
Did y'all see that? We're gonna wind it back, run that back again.
I'm
All this is
happy
going
for
on behind
once.
Shayla's back.
What do
Look
you
at the
mean you want
positioning
another DNA
behind her
test?
back.
And he
And
said, well, you
Angelina
know, you and
almost
your
she had to hold on
mom
to the wall.
handled
She
the
almost
first
fell over.
DNA test,
Look
and
at
I
her
just
face
need
in the back.
official paperwork because I'm a businessman and, you know, I had to have my
Which made us
paperwork
think
straight. I'm
Shayla
like,
didn't know.
you're such a
Look
liar.
how she's shaking her head.
Amber is over there putting it in your head that Kai is
Oh my
narcissistic.
God.
And you think I'm
Oh my
stupid. So
God.
all
You
of a
see her?
sudden,
You
out of
see how
thin
nervous Angelina
air,
is?
you want another DNA test for no reason.
How much y'all want to bet? This is my theory. Angelina, knowing that was not Anthony's child, went to Anthony. Anthony met with Angelina. This is a theory, fan theory. Angelina told Anthony the truth. Anthony wants a child. Anthony then, and Angelina may have something on Anthony because she seems like she does her due diligence, right? Anthony then says, okay, they get together, Anthony and Angelina, and concoct this story. Anthony says, okay, I'll claim this as my child. Angelina thought she was cool till Iman Shumpert told Shayla, go and get that DNA test. Just still think Iman Shumpert is a Wayne plant. Because he knows Shayla. He knows what she's gonna do. She's about that money more than anything else. Y'all, it's so much more left in this skit, so much more storytelling that can be done in these skits. But looking at that DNA test, looking at how things went down when they took the DNA test, looking at the company. Shayla was like, how I know this even a reputable company? So then that goes back to, well, how did this woman right here get the DNA test results first? It's possible. Shayla could have just put her mama email address down. But Shayla also had to show her ID. If y'all remember in that skit, Amber said to the guy, send the sample, the results to my address, to his address, meaning Anthony's address. Amber set it up so it should have been the home address. The results were not supposed to go to anybody's email. It was supposed to go to the home address. So, and remember, I think Dante called it out. I don't know if O'Neal called it out, but how it was taking a long time because that dude said, 3 to 4 that business days, and we sitting here like, well, dang, we ain't got no results yet. I think Anthony got those, and usually when a company like that says 3 to 4 business days, that's really just giving them some room just in case they get swamped and can't get them back in like 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So, what if Anthony got the DNA test? Yes, he did. I remember that. Matter of fact, Ursula, I'm gonna pull that up for you. We're finna pull this skit up because that's a good point. All right. And y'all, I'm sorry my background is yellow. It's my light in the house. It kind of goes yellow at night. So, this is the skit. Let's watch.
Wasn't supposed to be here.
Oh, but Amber is here supporting her
Now,
husband.
I'm going to fast forward all these arguments. That
This
argument
is Mr.
take me off.
Thompson from
And I think
the lab. He's
all
gonna
the
do
arguing that they were doing was to distract us.
paternity test today.
That's
Anthony, do I
Mervin.
look dumb to you? Who is
That
this, your
guy
cousin?
walked there.
I thought you was gonna show
Yeah,
up here
those
with a
were
white lady.
Mervin.
Like, are you serious?
Marvin
Right? Are you
Bowie.
trying to play me right now?
Shayla, are you saying a black man can't be
I'm
legitimate?
talking to Anthony,
I'm
Amber.
talking to you.
I'm talking to
I'm
Anthony.
talking to you.
I don't
He
need to talk
is
to you. You're at
legit.
my house.
He
Don't talk
is
to me.
legit.
She said, how I know this person legit? Something else that could have happened is when Amber showed Anthony, looking at Anthony's face, he's like, girl, if you don't shut up, look at his eyes. Like, his eyes to me are the eyes that people use when they trying to tell somebody to read the room. Amber's eyes is, I'm pissed off and this is what I done picked, blah, blah, blah. Anthony's eyes is like, girl, if you don't shut up.
I'm sorry, your house or
Okay.
Anthony's house?
Okay. This is. Can we just do this? The sooner we get this finished, the sooner we can leave.
Thank you. Thank you, baby.
Give me your ID so I can jot down some
It looks all legit. The ID. What if when Amber showed Anthony, and remember we said Amber talked too much. What if when she showed Anthony the DNA lab, because she held it up and showed him on her phone. He went to that lab and he found somebody that he could pay off to come and do the DNA test. They came to his house first, then they all followed each other over to Shayla's house. And Amber thinking she done did something big and bold, right? And he let her. He's making a fool out of her. Because that's the kind of character he is. Remember, this is the same guy that convinced Ro to go behind Wayne's back and do a business deal. And he justified it. And she went along with it and ended up regretting it.
One for you.
Now, what do I?
All right, so you just want to open it up, grab one of the swabs out, and then swab the inside of your cheek. Let me know when you're ready. I'll start the timer.
Alright. Come on, man. Mommy, sorry.
It's not gonna hurt him, is it?
Guys,
No, it's not.
look,
It's gonna be completely pain free.
thing
Okay, hold on.
failed,
Wait till he starts the
so
timer.
she had to do another one.
Ready? Let's go.
Mommy, sorry she has to do this to you, baby. I know we already did one. We already did one. Oh. Oh, he touched this one. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Remember when? So y'all see this?
I know.
The internet.
Our labs are accredited. So, the same labs that, you may see on the core TV
Dr.
shows,
Taylor
BBC,
asked
we use them.
about the lab.
So you good to go. And you get a case number as well. You can call and check on everything.
Okay, perfect.
Here you go,
I'll
son.
make sure I do that.
Here's your ID.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
So,
baby.
how long do you think?
Because extra people is his wife.
crazy.
Okay, you know
Because
what?
me or because.
Because yes,
ladies.
All right, thank you. You guys can leave.
Come on. Come on.
I think I skipped through the part where he gave her the piece of paper. I don't know if maybe he wrote a note to her that Anthony asked him to give her or what. But somebody done played with these DNA test results. There are all kind of holes and scenarios where these DNA test results could have been played with. And for me personally, I'm not ready to just say, oh, that's his baby now. I'm not going to walk back what I did earlier today. But I am going to cut this up into some shorts because I think there's further thinking that can be done, because I don't believe when they do stuff in these skits, I don't believe they do them just to do them. I think there are some hints, especially since Wayne is back, because the writing has changed. When Wayne got kind of off doing his own thing, sorry, I thought I heard my door going off. It seemed like there was more to the story. And like it seemed like there was more buffoonery and stuff that was going on. Remember they had all these skits where stuff wasn't making sense, they were disjointed, they weren't connected or anything like that. As much as we hated this storyline right here, this is one of the storylines that continued to just kind of go. Sometimes it seems like it goes off the rail, but it really doesn't. Okay? So, y'all know what we do. It's time for me to get off of here. Y'all know how we do it in Chat Club. Get in those comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is too far-fetched? Do you think I went too deep down into this rabbit hole? Do you think we have some justification for Zeus? And now we have the addition of Kevin in these skits. Was there something that Britt knew? Well, she didn't know Kevin in, so we can't say that. But there's something that's off. There's something, it's too neatly put together. When they do the name change, the court is going to make them do another DNA test. And that's when the truth will come out. I think when they do the name change, I'm hoping that Brittany will be back then. They got to bring her back into this fold some kind of way, because they let her kind of go off the rail with Dalen and his foolishness and stuff. I think when you put Brittany or Bianca or Natasha even, or Kendrick with Amber, and they get everything going again, I think there's a possibility that there will be another DNA test done that neither Anthony nor Angelina can control. I think it will be a surprise DNA test. When they come, I don't think they're going to come prepared for the DNA test. They're not going to be able to control who does it. The court's going to do it. I don't have faith in what they're right either. I just know they're going to write something that's going to keep us guessing. So I have faith in that part of it. But anyway, y'all, thank you for going down this rabbit hole with me. Get in the chat, get in the comments. Let's chat about it. And remember how we do. We like to be about it. Like, subscribe, share, subscribe. And I will catch y'all tomorrow, because we got some Bethany skits I got to go through. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming to my second live. And let's get these watch hours up so I can go get monetized so I can start putting this merch out here to y'all. Peace. Good night, everybody.